Now in the second video we have arrived off the shores of Western Australia, and this is our pilot boat which has come out to drop the pilot off, who will take us into Fremantle Harbour. Here are the ladies of the Victoria League welcoming us to Perth, and in the meantime the boys were taken on a bus trip to around Perth and over to Kings Park. This is the view of Perth from Kings Park back in 1960. You can see the distinct lack of high-rise. This is the University of Perth we're going past. Here the boys are getting out of the bus to have a look at the views across to Perth. You'll notice how well dressed they are, which was very, in those days, the right thing to be doing. Looking back on Perth, as I said, the lack of high-rise, and then we hop back on the bus and go into town to the Victoria League for lunch. Here we are at the headquarters of the Victoria League. Ladies are waiting for us, ready to serve us with a very lovely, sumptuous luncheon. Now it's time to get back on board the Fair Sky for the last leg of the journey across the Great Australia Bight to Melbourne and Sydney. Captain up there is giving orders, and you'll notice that people are throwing streamers, which was quite a common thing to do back in those days. And here we are, the boys are pulling in the lines for casting off, ready to head off. The next part of the video is going to show the boys doing their exercises that I've inflicted on them every day. There was some objection, but most of the time they enjoyed doing them, and I think it was very good for them to do all this activity every day. That's Ben Crop there in the fancy shorts, and that's Ben and Warren supervising the boys doing their legs lifting activities and push-ups and so on. The various other partner activities. They did enjoy it, I think. This one was good for the stomach muscles. And the ship's rolling, of course, a bit while all this is happening, which makes it a little bit more difficult. Here comes a lovely albatross who was following us on one particular day down in the Southern Ocean. On the aft deck of the ship, that's the swimming pool, but it was empty by now. The weather wasn't too good and the ship was rolling a lot. Now, here's our first glimpse of the coast of Victoria. A couple of the lads playing table tennis on the afterdeck. Flags are going up. That's a signal flag, I think, to the pilot ship. Entering port, I think that flag means. In the distance there we can see the arrival of the pilot boat from the port Phillip Bay. Captain giving some instructions there. I can't remember his name, but he was an Italian. Pilot ship coming alongside, or rather the tender from the pilot ship coming alongside. And that flag, I think, means we have a pilot on board. So you see the ship's rolling quite a bit there. And this is another ship coming into the harbour too. I can't quite remember what the name of it was. It may have been the Orion actually. Here we are coming into the dock. And that fellow down there waving away is my brother Jeff. And Jeff was studying at the university and also in the Air Force at that particular time. Hi there, Jeff. Well, now we do a big skip around the southern part of the coastline and we are actually now entering Sydney Harbour. Another ship there coming in as well as us. And here is the Sydney pilot boat coming out to deliver the pilot to take us up the harbour to our berth at Circular Quay. There's the pilot there in a suit, I believe, ready to jump on board. There he goes. Now we're coming up the harbour towards the harbour bridge. We're on this side of Pinch Gut. It would have been very exciting for these lads from England to see our wonderful Sydney Harbour and the beautiful bridge. And there we are, that's Mum and my sister Marcia, waving frantically, a couple of other friends there, and there's Dad in the middle, ready to greet Leslie, who's just arrived back after 2 years overseas.